So, another week, the last week of November. I'm hopeful I can keep my streak of following my plan. I hope that I can continue to follow my plan into this week as well. And yeah, on Thursday, we have Thanksgiving, so no trades on Thursday. And on Friday, I think it's the second day of Thanksgiving, or I still think it's like the volume will be super low anyway. So maybe I'll trade on Friday, but I don't know. I guess I'll see then if I find any opportunity. So to start on Monday, I took this failed trade. I was still bearish despite, I was still bearish despite price hitting a high time frame target of mine, which was this target. Since we had retraced back into this, the 50% of this zone, and I believe that we had some strong potential of going back downwards. I saw price sweep these daily swing highs, and after a 3 minute reaction, 3 minute structure shift, when where price broke below these swing lows and these ones, I entered here, which was a 1 minute imbalance, with my take profit at this here, like the top of, I don't even know how to call it, like, yeah, I guess you could say maybe there was a 15 minute, like this 15-minute order block here, like so. And my stop loss was just at these swing highs here. Well, when I first got filled, price went around a third of the way into profit. I was like here, 11 points out of 31, so more than a third actually. And yeah, but after that, price just reversed and stopped me out pretty quickly. Overall, I'd say that this was a solid trade, despite it being a failed one. I believe that I had pretty good reasons to still be bearish, but I will probably change my bias tomorrow, seeing that we did hit that high time frame target on Friday, and we're now seemingly reacting quite a lot from it and probably inversing this 1 hour imbalance here. So yeah, that's it for Monday. On Tuesday, I managed to take this amazing trade, I'd say. So I was bullish. I switched my bias after seeing price continue to fill this large imbalance, which was made last Thursday. And after open, price came down, took out these swing London lows from here, entered a discount area from this leg up, and after a 3 minute structure shift here, I entered on this 1 minute imbalance, which is this red box right here. And my stop loss was above these 3 minute swing lows, which were short term, intermediary term lows here, short term lows made inside this fair value gap, and just below this small accumulation swing low right here. It was like just to accommodate for risk. And my take profit was at the bottom of this 15-minute order block. Why I didn't place my take profit here was because I wanted to see a bullish a bullish daily candle. I wanted for price to continue upwards, and at this London high right here, the daily candle was still basically the body was still basically zero. So I wanted to see an extension of the body upwards, and that's why I put my take profit here. And yeah, after a small rally happened, followed by a consolidation around break even, and then a steady uptrend took price to hit my take profit after around 2 hours of being in the trade. So yeah, this was a really good trade, really nice, played out really nicely, followed my plan perfectly, and yeah, I am overall just proud with it. On Wednesday, I was still bullish and I managed to take this pretty great trade, I might say. So yeah, like I said, I was bullish. I originally wanted to see a sweep of these London lows, swinging London lows, and then a continuation higher to maybe these daily draws on liquidity we had. But after seeing this strong reaction, while those lows were still not swept, I decided that I at the time decided that I wasn't really interested in taking a trade anymore, since it was not very likely that price was going to sweep out these lows. But I realized that in fact we after New York midnight open we had made these swing lows here, swept them out in London session, shifted structure after breaking above these swing highs. Then after New York opened, we retraced back into the discount of this range and back into this 15-minute imbalance here. So although I was a bit late, in fact, since I entered here to this candle, I did manage to basically catch the entry I would have got if I realized earlier that this was a good setup. Since I'd say that I would have entered at the closure of this candle. So yeah, I entered here with my stops being just at these swing lows, and my take profit being originally at these swing highs made after New York Open. I exited here. I exited a bit early, or like 15 points lower, since I saw that on ES we had already taken out these highs, and once we had taken out, that was my plan even from the beginning, to exit on Nasdaq if we take out to exit early on Nasdaq if we take out this swing highs on ES, and that was because my daily desired target, I guess you can say, which were these swing highs here, were already taken on the S&P, and I wasn't trying to be caught in a bearish divergence. So yeah, that's why I didn't target these highs, and I exited as soon as ES took out this after New York Open. So yeah, pretty nice trade. I was a bit annoyed at this retrace here after almost hitting take profit, which was originally, like I said, here at around 100 points. I was two-thirds of the way into take profit when we started when we had this deep retrace, but I saw that this after the closure of this 3 minute candle, which was above this other 3 minute down candle here, I was pretty confident that we could continue going higher, and we did in fact do that. So yeah, really good trade, really solid. Once again, fully followed my plan, and I'm really proud again of this one too. Thursday was a bank holiday, so I didn't plan on taking any trade, and I didn't take any trade because of that. Yeah, not much happened anyway. Wouldn't have managed to catch anything since price just consolidated for most of AM session before rallying after market closed. So yeah, just a pretty boring day overall. On Friday, I ended up taking no trades again since it was the second day of of Thanksgiving, the volume was still relatively low, and the futures market went down for a couple hours. So yeah, um, it opened at 8:30, so it closed at 9:45 p.m. basically, and opened the following day at 8:30. So we had around 10 hours, 11 hours of missing candles. So I wasn't trying to take any trade from that. But yeah, I guess you could have taken a trade. We had this accumulation here, which I guess I did believe price was going to go higher eventually. So you could say that our targets, main targets were this. We had the retrace into an hourly imbalance in Asian session. And after New York opened, we made a higher low. This was the higher low from here. So yeah, we shifted structure after closing above these 3-minute highs. We had this 3-minute imbalance here, and I guess you could have entered here, the next candles, with the stop being here below this intermediate term low, like my plan says, and take profit being here, which would have been a 1.13 risk reward ratio, which isn't bad, but given the state which the market was in, I'm not mad that I didn't take this one, and I wouldn't say that this was a missed move. So yeah, just precaution. I was on the defensive today since, yeah, like I said, the market was pretty weird. To recap the week, this was basically a 3-day week. Only Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, since Thursday and Friday were it was Thanksgiving in those days. And yeah, 3-day week, took 3 trades. One failed, 2 successful ones. All all of them followed my plan, so I'm really glad about that. Which makes it the second week now where I fully follow my plan to the dot, everything perfectly. So yeah, I'm really proud of that. Ended up finishing this week plus 2R in profit, which is a little bit less than last week. I guess last week I finished plus 3R in profit, but I traded 5 out of 5 days on that and only 3 out of 5 this week. So yeah, I'm not mad at all. I'm not. This was a really good week overall again. So yeah, I'm just glad that I managed to stick to my plan, and hopefully I can do that next week as well.